Hi, I'm Ryan. This is Between the Boxes, and today we're going to talk about dimensions. We're talking about dimensions today because sellers all over the world are unique. Everyone has their own product, they have their own branding, they have their own messaging, but something that everyone has to deal with in order to get their product out the door is putting it into a box. How do you ship it out? And what size is it? That's gonna affect your billing, and that's gonna affect your bottom line. A few key terms that are really important to remember are length, width, and height. Length is always gonna be your longest dimension. Width is the one that's gonna be perpendicular, and height, bottom to top. What I find with most carriers is you can interchange your width and your height. However, your length always needs to be the longest. And the way I remember that, length, longest, L&L. Woo! Let's talk about cubic size now. Cubic size generally refers to the volume of a package, how much space it takes up. The calculation for a cubic size is really simple. Length times width times height. In logistics, something that is really important to remember is a cubic foot. That's one thing that you want kind of everybody to be aware of. That's something that is just like there are surcharges that are built around 1 cubic foot. There are other dimensional related fees around 1 cubic foot. So this is something really to be kind of dialed into. 1 cubic foot is measured by 12 by 12 by 12. That's 1 cubic foot, or 1,728 inches. The next one to be aware of is the 2 cubic feet. That's calculated by 1 cubic foot, 1,728 inches, multiplied by 2, 3,456 inches. So let's give one example of how cubic size works. Taking our dimensions box. This is an 8 by 6 by 6 package, 8 by 6 by 6. The cubic size, 288. Woo! Another easy one to learn and kind of figure out is what we call the dimensional size. The dimensional size, you take the length and add it to 2 heights and 2 widths, which is essentially the circumference of the box, also known as the girth. So, dimensional size, length plus girth. So the dimensional size of this package, let's calculate it. 8 is the length plus girth. The girth is 2 width, 2 height, 12 plus 12, 24 plus the 8, 32. So the length plus girth on this is 32 inches. Another term that gets specific to your billing related items is dimensional weight. To determine your dimensional weight, you take the length times width times height, that cubic size, and you divide that by what's called a dimensional factor. And a dimensional factor is a multiplier that's used by carriers to convert those dimensions into what's called that dimensional weight. And then that dimensional weight is what's used to determine the billable weight. The dimensional weight is specifically important, like if you have this type of a product that is larger and lightweight. If you got that combination of a product, you really want to be keying into what your dimensional weights are going to be and how they get calculated with different carriers. The gotcha on this one is in the dimensional factor. A lot of carriers use different dimensional factors, which can change the billable weight. And we're going to talk about that in another video. Measuring your dimensions is crucial, but also knowing how to apply them and how they connect is just as important, if not more important. So let's talk through a couple of things on how to connect it all. Cubic size, gotta understand that one. That's your length, width, and height. Because what you're gonna do is you will then divide that by a dimensional factor. That will give you a dimensional weight, which will then help determine the billable weight of that package. That's gonna drive costs. That's how you're gonna budget. That's how you're going to know how to charge your customers if you're going to be charging your customer for shipping or if you're gonna have to cover that cost. Dimensions are important. They cover your bottom line. For more insights between the boxes, subscribe to our channel or visit our website in the description below.